Escobar Premium Cigars are a handcrafted medium-body cigar with a perfectly smooth draw and a long, lingering finish. They are a blend of 3 vintage, sun-grown and aged Habano tobaccos grown specifically in the rich volcanic soil of Nicaragua. These blended and balanced flavors of the Escobar cigar are dominated by chocolate and black pepper flavor, dried coffee, and firewood that sticks strongly to the palate with delicious density and possesses a persistent flavor of roasted nuts and wood smoke. These flavors are blended to provide the complexity of the Escobar cigar, thanks to the fermentation and aging process that only Puros Privados offers from generations of skilled Cuban cigar makers. But great cigars are much more than just fire and tobacco. Nicaragua possesses one of the best climates for growing tobacco in the world, which is why their famously bold and rich tobacco is some of the most sought after in the premium cigar world, and the reason that Escobar Cigars only uses the finest Habano and Criollo tobacco seeds grown in the rich soil of Nicaragua. The 2 main factors that make Nicaragua such a paradise for growing tobacco are the country's soil and its variety of microclimates. Soil is one of the most important components in the process of farming and harvesting of tobacco. Nicaraguan soil is volcanic in origin, which provides a number of important nutrients that assist in the growth of tobacco plants. The climates of the country range from quite warm to milder temperatures, which allow the farming of a variety of tobaccos with different tastes and smoking characteristics. The 3 main cigar tobacco growing regions are the Jalapa, Estelí, and Condiga valleys. Soil of Jalapa. In the Jalapa Valley, the weather is calm and mild because of its close proximity to the mountainous terrain of the country. The soil is sandy with light colors and it's easy to work with. This combination of soil and climate results in light tobacco with an excellent aroma and a subtle note of sweetness. These conditions make Jalapa ideal for growing wrappers, known for their spectacular flavor with elasticity, body, and shine. The Estelí Valley is a different story. Here, one can find rich and heavy soil with hot and humid weather. Estelí produces leaf used primarily for making filler and binder tobacco. These tobaccos, famous for their strength and punch, are an essential component for master blenders to use in creating a complex of flavorful premium cigar. Soil of Condiga Valley. Just a bit northwest of Estelí is Condiga, home to numerous tobacco fields and factories. In terms of strength and aroma, the tobacco grown in Condiga is a happy medium between the boldness of Estelí and mildness of Jalapa. The tobacco in Condiga is typically sun-grown and used primarily for filler and binder. Though quite small, the country of Nicaragua is among the world's leading producers of quality tobacco. The wonderful country of Nicaragua is proof of the old saying, good things come in small packages. Like all great ideas, Escobar Cigars start out small. Each one of our premium cigars begins life under close observation in one of our signature nurseries. Upon arrival, our 2 varieties of tobacco seeds, Habano and Criollo, are separated into thousands of individual pods and carefully placed underneath a layer of cheesecloth for over a week. After being consistently monitored and watered for 7 to 10 days, only the absolute healthiest plants are transported to the main nursery. At our main nursery, plants spend another 45 days under the watchful eye of our seasoned growers. At the end of this time, the plant will be nearly 6 inches tall with a healthy root system in place. Before leaving the main nursery, a lawn mower goes over each bed and precisely severs the tips of each plant. By severing the tips, the plants develop a need for survival, causing them to be stronger, yielding unprecedented growth. Since we expect great things from our tobacco, we must maintain the highest standards for quality even before the first leaf has sprouted. Parts of the Escobar cigar. Tobacco plants are grown to provide the building blocks on every cigar. Once harvested, each leaf will be classified as a wrapper, binder, or filler. These classifications pertain to the different layers that create a cigar. Filler tobacco is located in the center of the cigar, and it's responsible for the cigar's taste. Binder tobacco wraps around the filler tobacco, holding the cigar together. A wrapper leaf is the outermost layer of the cigar, giving the cigar its color and feel. Tobacco fields. Prior to each growing season, before our precious new plants take root, the soil is tested for 5 key elements. Sufficient levels of boron, magnesium, nitrogen, potassium and phosphate are measured and mixed into the soil. The trademark of such highly nutritious soil is a beautifully dark, almost black color. Once the field is properly assessed, each tobacco plant is transplanted individually to ensure maximum quality. Tobacco plants can be either sun-grown or shade-grown. Sun-grown tobacco will only reach 5.5 feet in height, and its leaves will be used for the wrapper, binder, and filler. Shade-grown tobacco will be grown under cheesecloth, blocking out up to 65% of the sun's UV rays. These plants will grow up to 9 feet, and unlike sun-grown, shade-grown leaves will generally be used only for wrapper. After 100 days, the plants are harvested from bottom to top in sections. These sections are classified as seco, the bottom of the plant, viso, the middle, and ligero, the top of the plant. These 3 sections are further subdivided by layer into smaller groups called primings. Each leaf of the plant can supply a slightly different flavor by dividing the plant further into primings. Escobar Cigars has greater control in pinpointing the exact flavor we want from each of our plants. Curing barns. After 100 days of toiling in the hot sun, how do we treat our plants? We hang them. The harvested tobacco is brought into the fields to the curing barns. At the curing barn, plants are subjected to a drastic increase in humidity and moisture. Sections of the plant are partitioned and hung in their primings to guarantee the finest quality flavor. After 40 days of curing, plants will transition from green to yellow to brown, shrinking significantly. The vein that divides the leaf, known as the midrib, is particularly shrunken during the process. Once an even color of brown is achieved, the tobacco is brought to the factory for sorting. Sorting. Escobar cigars are premium inside out, but it's not just the quality that makes it premium. It is the delicate nature in which each individual tobacco leaf is sorted. After curing and prior to fermentation, every single leaf must be classified as either wrapper, binder, or filler. Filler leaves are the heart and soul of our cigars, located in the center of the cigar. These smaller leaves are responsible for the rich, distinct flavor found in every puff of an Escobar premium cigar. Binder leaves wrap around the filler leaves, holding them together, sealing in the bold taste that makes our cigars the best. Wrapper leaves are the last and outermost layer to our cigars and are the absolute finest tobacco leaves in existence. A wrapper leaf is pristine, with no water spots or tears, minimal veins and an even color. Nature's beauty and man's ingenuity are truly realized in every single leaf. Fermentation. After the curing process, the very critical fermentation process begins. Fermentation is designed to remove unwanted nutrients within the leaves to supply a clean, fresh tobacco flavor. The process begins with the rehydration of every leaf. Once the tobacco is evenly dampened, it is placed by hand into large stocks called pilings, weighing approximately 2,500 pounds. Each of these pylons utilize their immense weight to create pressure. This, coupled with the added moisture of the leaves, creates heat, allowing the tobacco to ferment, releasing all of the nutrients that were used to grow the leaf, leaving the leaves with a clean tobacco taste. Each individual pylon rests in place until it reaches a certain temperature, 110 to 130 degrees. Then, the pylon is rotated into the next resting position. The pylons are flipped from top to middle to bottom every 7 to 10 days to ensure that the leaves are evenly dried out. This painstaking process takes anywhere from 6 months to more than a year. That's time well worth it. Stripping. Binder and wrapper leaves will remain intact, but filler tobacco will be stripped after inspection. The thickest part of the vein, known as the midrib, is carefully stripped to ensure that none of our precious tobacco is lost. Rolling the cigar. Once the tobacco is up to our standards, it's finally time to start rolling. Rolling a cigar is the process of constructing the filler, binder, and wrapper into a single form. After the tobacco is processed, a blend is prepared for each cigar roller. A blend is a specific proprietary combination of leaf that is used to make a certain brand of cigars and is derived from generations of cigar-making families. Each blend has a unique flavor that is produced by the types of tobacco leaves used. Each of the rollers must use the same consistent blend to assure that all the cigars in a brand have a high-quality, consistent flavor. This same process is utilized to create the handmade Escobar cigar with individual specific blends for both the Escobar Natural cigar and the Escobar Maduro cigar. Bunching. After the tobacco leaves drying and fermentation process, the first step in the cigar rolling process is to bunch the tobacco leaves to give them the texture, the shape, and most importantly, the perfect blend and taste. The mixer, or bunchero, takes the main part of the leaf that is going to provide the cigar shape, called the binder. The banda capote is the person that creates the binder and then takes a piece of each type of tobacco leaves necessary to create the special Escobar tobacco blend. This is a critical part of the process and essential to the quality of the Escobar cigar. Great care is taken to make sure that the leaves are laid in the bunch uniformly and straight. This ensures that the finished cigar will not have hard or soft spots, which inhibit the cigar from drawing freely or cause it to burn fast and hot. Every step is critical to the quality of the Escobar cigar and intensely supervised by our master cigar maker. From here, each cigar is taken through a draw testing machine to guarantee a consistent draw before the wrapper can be applied. Molding. After the bunching process, the bunchero make a bunch that can be put in the cigar mold. This mold typically contains approximately 10 unfinished cigars and is put into a screw-type press along with the other molds. Here, the cigars will further mold into the desired shape. The mold is 2 pieces. It has a top and bottom. Since it is smaller in diameter than the unfinished cigar, to create a compression effect, a crease is noticeable where the upper and lower half of the mold meet. Periodically, the press is released. The molds are opened and the cigars are rotated. This time-consuming process is performed to avoid a crease showing through the wrapper on the finished cigar. Again, every detail is critical to the quality of the Escobar cigar. After the filler and binder leaves have appropriately adhered together and have passed the draw test, our rollers apply to the wrapper. To keep quality and consistency at an unparalleled height, we only allow our rollers to construct a minimum number of cigars per day. Escobar cigars are about quality and not the quantity of cigars we produce. Escobar quality control, aging. After quality control, the cigars are sent to an aging room for a minimum of 90 days. The final aging period allows for the different layers of tobacco within the cigar to fuse together. Final aesthetics. After the aging room, each cigar goes through yet another round of quality control. We sacrifice nothing when it comes to flavor. We don't cut corners and we don't compromise. We make every effort, no matter how tedious, to clean up any and all rough edges. The result? The smoothest tasting cigars available today. Banding. Carefully, decisively and proudly, we band each of our cigars with the proud Escobar Cigar label by Puros Privados. The band is not just a label to cue what tastes will be revealed within the cigar. It is a testament to the labor and craftsmanship that went into every individual cigar. Boxing. The creation of a cigar is finished once it is placed next to its brother in an Escobar Cigars handmade white cedar box. It took our tobacco at least 5 years to get to this point. It took 300 hands, almost 2,000 days to make it this far.